Hello, it's John Heaton, and today I'm going to continue my Bob Dylan favourite songs, and we did the 80s last time, which was part 3, this is part 4. And what I'm going to do, rather than do decades, I'm going to do the next 3 albums, so that's going to take us through to 2001 with the Love and Theft album, starting in 1990 with Under the Red Sky, and I'm not going to count the covers albums, so 3 albums under the microscope today, or that I'm going to choose my favourite 20 tracks from, are Under the Red Sky, 1 track from second Wilburys album, Time Out of Mind, and Love and Theft. Okay, so we'll start off with number 20, and number 20 is actually a track on the Bootleg Series volume 8, which is outtakes from the 80s and early 90s, and actually this song is an outtake from Time Out of Mind called Red River Shore, which I think is a delightful song, and just as strong as the tracks which made the album, and just an amazing consistency of archive material that Bob's released over the years. So many tracks have appeared which didn't make the final album, and which are of staggering quality. It really is remarkable. Number 19, we're going to go with a track called Dignity, which didn't actually find its way onto a studio album. I think it may have been involved in a compilation, and I think he did it on the Unplugged concert. So it's a nice, good, strong song, similar to the style of Oh Mercy, came out early 90s. Next song, 2x2, is from this album, Under the Red Sky. I picked up this vinyl copy in Florence, actually, from my favourite record shop there, Rock Bottom. If you ever happen to be in Florence, Rock Bottom is a fine shop, and they do a little essay in Italian about the album, which I don't understand, but I kept it because it's quite nice. It's got the hype sticker on as well, the front. And I was very happy to pick this up on vinyl because I hadn't seen it too often at all. The track I'm going to choose at number 18 is a track called 2x2, which some people might think is a bit of a throwaway track, but I just like the feel of it. And I think this album flows really well, by the way, and I think it's a bit underrated by people, certainly by critics. Number 17, we're going to go with the final track from Love and Theft, which incidentally came out on the day of 9/11. And there's a track called High Water, which with ominous lyrics, and it's quite ironic that that actually came out on the same day as 9/11 happened. So, but anyway, the track I've chosen for number 17 is a brilliant closer called Sugar Baby, and I just love the guitar work on this. It's a very simple song, as are a lot of Bob songs if you've tried to play them. Just a few chords, a lot of them, but none the worse for that. Number 16, I'm going to choose the High Water song, High Water Everywhere, brackets for Charlie Patton. The song's called High Water, just those 2 words, and a very moody, well-sung vocal. Another highlight from Love and Theft there. Number 15, I'm going to go with the title track of Under the Red Sky, which is a nice ballad with some nice slide guitar from George Harrison. Not a brilliant track, but decent. Number 14, we're going to go with the first selection from Time Out of Mind, which really was a staggering album coming out in 97. His first album of original material for 7 years at the time, and a lot of people thought it was going to be his last because a lot of the lyrics were dark and seemed to be about death or something, but he's still with us all this time later, and this is 97, people thinking it was the end, and he came up with his most recent album just last year, so this is far from being his last work, but it's a stunning effort. And the track I've chosen for number 14 is Standing in the Doorway, which is a very moving, slower song. Chrissie Hynde does a nice version of that on her latest album. Number 13 is Po' Boy, from Love and Theft again, and just love the way he just gets that swinging sound with the band, and he does it so effortlessly. It reminds me a bit of Beyond the Horizon from Modern Times, which may feature in the next video. Number 12, I've got Highlands. I was listening to this the other day. It really is a stunning song and very amusing words. I was listening to Neil Young, I've got to turn the sound up. There's always someone telling me to turn it down. And then he goes into the cafe and he admires the waitress with her long legs, and she suggests he has hard-boiled eggs, and then she says, I haven't got any hard-boiled eggs, but will you do a sketch of me? So he gets out his sketch pad, and it's just, you can actually feel you're actually there in the cafe with Bob, and it goes on a long time, but it doesn't outstay its welcome, and it's a real highlight, a good way to close the album, Time Out of Mind. Number 11, we've got a gorgeous ballad from Love and Theft called Moonlight. By the way, if it seems as if I've lost my voice, I kind of have, because I've been doing it too much shouting recently, watching the Hungary football matches where we managed to draw with Germany and draw with France, and so that's why I've lost my voice, in case you were wondering. And number 10, Make You Feel My Love from Time Out of Mind, gorgeous song. I love Bob's original. I think Adele does quite a decent cover version. He did this at Hyde Park recently with his more recent croaky voice, not quite so tuneful. When he made it in '97, he could still sing pretty tunefully, and he still can when he wants to, but occasionally he just resorts to that croak. I love Make You Feel My Love, and it's a nice one to play on the piano, pretty easy, nice chords. Now we got the track from, I didn't choose any Wilburys track for the 80s video, but I am going to choose a track from Volume 3 because I figured it's mainly a Dylan song. I don't think it's co-written too much. I mean, it's credited to all of them, but the track is called Seven Deadly Sins. And Bob's singing the lead vocal. Obviously, the others are doing supporting vocals. But I just love the tune. I love the concept around it, and sin number 1, When You Look My Way, and then it culminates sin number 7, when you drove me to heaven, or basically tempting him in all kinds of ways to. Anyway, I'm not going to read too much into the meaning, but it's a lovely song. Number 8, we'll go back to Under the Red Sky, God Knows. And I love this song. It opens with the hilarious lyric, God knows you ain't pretty, God knows it's true, which is a bit mean. I'm not sure who he's talking about, but he says other nice things about the same woman in the song. There's no one to compare with you or something. I think it's one of the underrated gems on Under the Red Sky, I really do. And number 7 is a really moody track from Time Out of Mind with swampy production from Daniel Lanois and a lovely vocal performance from Bob, and good words as always. Number 6 is the storming opener from Love and Theft, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. It's a brilliant way to open the album. It's a highlight. It's, top-notch Bob. Number 5, Born in Time. I'm going to count it as a 90s song because it turned up on Under the Red Sky, but it was actually demoed for Oh Mercy, so it turns up on here, the demo version. And I probably agree with Clinton Heylin that the demo version is superior. I'm not quite sure what happened for Under the Red Sky. Maybe he was trying it too many times and it just lost a bit of its feel or something. But it's a great song either way. Number 5. Number 4, Trying to Get to Heaven from Time Out of Mind. I just love the chord changes. I love the words. I can't remember, as a reference to Mary Lou, who lives in Baltimore, and I'm trying to get to heaven before they close the door. It's a really moving song, and maybe this is one of the reasons why people thought that this song was about death, or approaching mortality or something, trying to get to heaven before they close the door. But it's really nice chord changes. It's a guitar song on the album, but it's nice one to play on the piano as well. Number 3, This is one of your favourites, James Wolfe, I seem to remember. Mississippi from Love and Theft. Great song, probably the best song on the album. Love it to pieces. And number 2, now this is going to be a controversial choice for some of you maybe. I've gone with Handy Dandy from Under the Red Sky, which I think is delightful. My old mate Dave Bloomfield, who's no longer with us sadly, he never liked this song, and he was really surprised that I ranked it so highly, even back then when we were listening to this album. Yeah, the words are a bit, there's no deep meaning behind the words. I'm not sure who it's about, some kind of playboy. Some people think Clinton Halen suggested it was autobiographical. But the word imagery is great on it. He got an all-girl orchestra, and when he says strike up the band, they hit it. And if every bone in his body was broken, he would never admit it. I think it's a gorgeous song, and Al Cooper's playing his famous organ on the song, which lifts it to sublime levels. And I particularly love the melody of the middle 8. Crank this one up loud. I think it's brilliant and underrated. Number 1, can you guess? It's from Time Out of Mind and the track Not Dark Yet, which I think is absolutely stunning. Can't even hear the murmur of a prayer. It's not dark yet, but it's getting there. Again, another song which might make you think he was talking about the end is nigh or something, but I love the feel of the song, and beautifully produced by Daniel Lanois. Great musicianship, nicely sung, lovely melody. This is one of my top Bob songs from any era, and it happens to feature number 1 of this period, which covers 1990 up until Love and Theft. And then the next video will probably bring it up to the present day. So sorry if you didn't agree, it's no problem, it's only my opinion. And that was 90s Bob with a bit of 2001 thrown in there at the end. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.